处理庄园日常事务。
Good morning, Domine. You certainly took your time today.
葬礼让人心力交瘁，那么多人为他哀悼，但却没有人真正了解他。
Funerals are awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. Fortunately, there are a lot of mundane, everyday tasks for you to take care of today. We have some outstanding debts. There's the issue of inheritance. The kitchen needs to know what you wish to eat today. Oh, and the carpet you have ordered has arrived.
什么债务？
The mourners, they require their due payment. Additionally, one of them has severely injured herself during the funeral. She is in need of medical attention.
怎么可能？哭太多总不至于会哭死人吧？
She tore her own hair off. Unfortunately, it turns out her hair was rather sturdy. Consequently, she partially scalped herself in the process.
2000年前的少女白情吗？号路别情。马尔斯作证，这些哭丧的人真是敬业。
We did call some of the best mourners in the business.
好吧，付他钱，然后解决他们的医疗问题。
Understood. I'll make sure she receives the best care.
卢库卢斯给我留了一些东西，是吗？
A slight understatement. His library and his 2 summer villas belong to you now. But the rights need to be officially transferred before we can do anything with them.
那这个罗马很有趣的事情，它在于说是那个他指定的继承人可以不用是他本人的孩子，那甚至可以不用是他本人的亲戚，只要你愿意指定他是，或者说透过法律方面收养就可以了。好，那我们今天下午就去处理这些东西吧。
A wise choice. The sooner we complete these rituals, the better.
等一下，这个问题待会再解决。有什么吃的？
It is boar season. We should buy a few and keep them in stock. Flavius says the mussel harvest was pretty good too, if you fancy seafood. Last but not least, I can order a variety of fruits for you.
那烤野猪吧。
It will prove to be a good investment.
然后有一件事情，我突然想起来，地毯，应该不会是那一件事情吧
You haven't? Oh, that's bizarre. Well, they have brought it to the study. We shall inspect the item. Perhaps it was intended for someone else.
那听起来太蹊跷了，给我把刀，你也把它带上武器，避免万一。
That never crossed my mind. I apologize. I'll bring your arms at once.
虽然我想，那个地毯里肯定有包人，但是包的是谁就不好说了。果然没错。
Do you try to kill all of your guests?
原谅我，没人告诉我您的来访，我还以为来的是别人。
Expecting a different goddess?
哦，我不知道来的是谁，这是我很惊喜。
Fantastic. I love surprises. That is surprising people, not people surprising me. This is a friendly visit. After all of the things we've been through, I thought you would like the opportunity to establish a more solid relationship. Over some food, perhaps. But this room is a bit too crowded. Let us dismiss your servants. I do not like attention.
One of the mourners arrived, Cineros. They still want their... Oh. Who is this lovely young woman? You didn't tell me you have a lady friend as a guest?
那母亲，请允许我向您介绍克利奥帕托拉特亚菲洛帕托尔托勒密奥雷特斯尼奥斯戴奥尼索斯菲罗帕托尔费拉德尔福斯的女儿，行走在人间的女神，阿弗利加埃及土地的统治者。干，讲完这句话嘴巴不会打结，我佩服你。
What now? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I simply wasn't informed. Does she understand our language? Of course she does. The place is a mess. Cineros, we need to go to the marketplace immediately. Tell the cooks I'll be instructing them today. Our guest is a queen. The feast should be royal. I shall make a list of all the guests. Cato should be
That is quite unnecessary. I would prefer to have a private conversation.
You don't want to eat? That is out of the question. A full stomach is the prime ingredient of good company. Are you not hungry, Your Majesty?
I would not turn down your hospitality, but I'd rather have a private meeting with your son. There are myriad things we have to discuss. Of political nature, of course.
But of course. Forgive my foolishness. Whatever you wish, Your Highness.
I don't know. What should we do?
那在我母亲准备食物的话，我们到花园里休息吧。如果你不怕被下毒的话。
What? I'll be.
I'm rather used to the risk of being poisoned.
Stable muster had 2 horses in need of new.
Your mother is a bit tense. Are all Roman women like that?
女王，你的坐姿。那要解释的话，只能说是我介绍你的时候太正式了，我觉得他当时慌了。如果你儿子有一天带了一个女人回来跟你说，哦，这是隔壁王国的女王，他也会吓到的。
People do tend to panic in my presence. But you are different, aren't you?
这不叫恐慌，这是我对你的崇敬。
The rich revere, the poor panic. This is a nice place. I like your little garden. I do miss our sunsets, though. Do you miss the desert?
那每块土地都有自己的日落，日落时的风景都别具一格。
Indeed. Why do you think that should be the case? If the sun races to the end of the world, does it wait to put on a different show in every land?
夕阳真正的美丽不在于太阳本身，而在于被光芒笼罩的地方。
A poetic soul. You are full of surprises. Shall we continue this conversation over dinner? I am famished. That was terrible in every single way that could possibly be expressed.
那我早就警告过你了。
You mean to say it's my fault?
多少有一点。
I suppose it is. The wine is great, though. This has been an interesting encounter. I've had a lovely night, but I'm afraid I have to retire now. Thank you for all the things you have done for me. Best of luck to you.
总之，我们把一位亲爱的女王送回去了吗？虽然跟我想象的过程有点不太一样，算了，好吧。
We are being summoned to appear at the court. You have committed a criminal offense.
什么罪？我什么都没做啊。
Both things can be true. Our actions sometimes cause harm to society, yet we may be unaware. Or perhaps you're being wrongfully accused. Only one way to find out.
是谁指控我？
Someone must have suffered because of something you did. Frankly, there's no way to know unless we visit the magistrate.
那得去吧。
If we want to defend ourselves, certainly. To be technical, they cannot reach a decision in our absence. But lately, they have started interpreting silence as acceptance. I say it is best to be on the safe side.
好吧，我会记得的。
It is best not to ignore these things. The court may think of your silence as an acceptance of guilt. If you find yourself near the forum, you should talk to the magistrate. I will meet you there.
那他很了不起，对吧？这个他是谁啊？
Indeed, she is. Something and more. What you're playing, however, is a dangerous game. You should be very, very careful.
别担心，我知道我在做什么。
That is often what people say right before they die. Cleopatra is like the sun. Bright and beautiful, but also harsh and ruthless. Play with fire and sooner or later, you will be burned.
那你觉得鲁尔科接下来会做什么？
Despite all of our efforts, he did really position himself well politically. I would not be surprised to see him become a consul soon.
那将是一场灾难。
Then we should get ready for a disaster of epic proportions.
总之，菜刀加减减一下吧，说不定会用到。
Good morning.
其他的话，倒把就不用剪了啊。这里门口有人在等我吗？
Salwe, I see you're on your way out. Glad I caught you.
那元老，上面这句话就算了。那见到你真令人高兴 ，Cicero。那现在有什么需要我帮忙的吗
In this case, it is I who is here to help you. Or, rather, your friend. Yulia Callida has got herself into a great deal of trouble, and she has beseeched me to lend her my legal counsel.
如果卡利达需要我们帮助的话，我很愿意帮忙。那她需要我做什么呢
I told her I would represent her as a favor to you, if you are willing to owe me. For reasons that will become apparent, your friend is forced to maintain a low profile at the moment. She has chosen a discreet meeting spot, near the market. Please meet us there today, and she will explain the details of her predicament.
看来之前她把丈夫给剁掉的事情，果然还是会有后续的发展嘛。这里，著名酒商马塞卢斯·维普萨尼乌斯住在埃斯奎利诺上的山上的一座美丽而朴素的别墅里。哪一只呢？我去啊！呼。 来了，啊，这个是他去。
Cicero Quinctius Aquilinus. Your reputation precedes you. They tell me you're here on business. So, let's discuss business.
那我想买走你的某个女佣。
Indeed. I think I know who you're talking about. You seem to have an inexplicable soft spot for this girl. Curiously, I don't think you even know her name.
那这跟你有什么关系呢
It matters a lot. The price of an item depends on its value. Value can be very subjective. To me, for example, she is all but worthless. But she is the mother of your child. Isn't that right? That makes her more valuable to you than you can afford, I'm afraid.
那你先说看看。
I'd rather not. I would, however, gladly negotiate with that patrician friend of yours. His vineyard has risen to quite a bit of fame over these past few years. The chance to make a competitor go bankrupt. Now, that is valuable to me.
我会派人去找他，但他这段时间未必会在，他可是个大忙人。
I have both money and time. Salve, Legate. I hope you have been informed as to the nature of our potential transaction.
那在我们开始谈之前，我想说说你的酒。
Go ahead.
那差不多是我最喜欢的葡萄酒，希望有一天我的酒也能做得这么好。
Oh. Well, I must admit, your own wine has been improving steadily since you took control of your family's business. In fact, I'm thinking I can be persuaded to part with Lucia, the sewer in question, in exchange for, say, half your vineyards. How does that sound?
What? That is insane! It's not a fair price for anything! Surely you won't go ahead with this, Legate.
那我觉得这应该叫做敲诈。
It's called negotiation. Of course, you are free to make a counteroffer, but I should remind you, as the owner of the object of desire, I have the advantage in this game.
The price you demand is excessive. Demanding an overwhelmingly high price for a commodity of a certain value is illegal.
Now, if you believe the law is on your side, you can take this to the Senate. Otherwise, I've made my offer.
那你看，我们可以来软的，也可以来硬的，就看你怎么选了。
I see. And let me guess. The easy way is I just hand over my valuable assets to you for nothing. And the hard way is what? You attack me in my own villa?
那老实说，实际情况刚好相反。如果我现在就想要你的命的话，简直是易如反掌。
What are you doing? I can't. This would lower us to his level. It would turn us into criminals.
那先宰了他之后再谈吧。
Stupid move. There are only 2 of you, and no time for regrets.
还好我有带刀，我有记得带刀。啊，只要杀死他就可以了嘛。啊 ，OK。那不过他是空手比较麻烦一点。哼哼。倒地了。上个 debuff。然后这边标枪，应该先丢标枪再做这件事情。啊，算了。如果重点只是要伤害这个人的话，我觉得应该不至于很麻烦，就是了。7点伤害还差9，那再来。不过流血的量有点多，我可能下一会儿就会死了，糟糕。我这样就倒了，剩你了，我相信你可以的。
By Jupiter. What have we done? We have killed a citizen of Rome.
那我很抱歉，没有别的方法能拯救你的家人。
Maybe. Or maybe there was. There had to be.
Please don't be so harsh on yourselves, Dominique. You've saved my life today. And the life of my daughter.
I hope you're right, Lucia. Go pick your girl up and take her to my friend's villa.
As you wish, Dominos.
Just Cicero, please. Thank you for being here for me.
啊，这个伤要怎么治啊？糟糕。
Domine.
那我们杀了马塞卢斯维普萨尼乌斯，凯索会接管他的酒馆。
I certainly wish you had found a less illegal and immoral way to eliminate our chief competitor. But I will accept that this can only be good for business. Kaiser will make a good business partner, I believe. We will supply him well with our finest wine and give him the best possible conditions to succeed.
那我的伤要怎么办？我身上的刑事案件是不是又多了一条？
Awe, Thank you for coming. Hopefully this matter will be resolved quickly.
那是当然，裁判官，我对正义的问题非常重视，特别是我自己遭受到不义的事情的时候。
An admirable quality fit for a true Roman. This is about your servus, Secundus. It seems that last night he got quite drunk. In his intoxicated state, he got into a fight with another servus.
上面这句话也太好笑了吧？那为什么塞孔都斯没有到场为自己辩护？
He's your servus, is he not? His actions fall under your purview and responsibility.
所以他打赢了吗？
With all due respect, Domine, that's hardly the most relevant question we can ask here.
On the contrary, it's actually a surprisingly relevant question. Not only did he win, he broke the other man's arm.
Oh.
基尼罗斯的这声哦。那如果这件事情是真的，那他应该得受到惩罚。
It is not my place to tell you how you should handle your servi. I am not a censor. Nevertheless, the punishment of your servus is not the topic of this hearing.
那看来你已经做出裁定了。
There's not much to say. The evidence is irrefutable. The other servus was severely injured, costing his dominus valuable labor. Furthermore, there are criminal charges. This kind of violence is not to be tolerated. The sentence for the first offense will be mandatory. In total, this means you will have to pay 200 denarii to the offended dominus and 100 denarii to the state. Do you contest this ruling?
没有，我的仆从会负责付款的。
I understand. Then our proceedings are over.
跟基尼罗斯一起追踪塞孔都斯的违法行为。然而我现在的走路速度比基尼罗斯还要慢。
I've taken care of the payment. There's just one more matter we need to address. Secundus himself.
那他看起来还蛮能打的，他换个身份为我们所用。
An interesting decision. I will see to it that he's trained properly.
他会在下一次的战役中变成可招募人员。那接下来要做的事情是去街道上，应该还有别的事情要做吧？不然还有巴奇乌斯社团。德伊阿尼拉已追查出被取缔的巴奇乌斯社团目前使用的隐蔽场所。该社团是一个致力于享乐主义盛宴与狂饮的秘密组织。只看到享乐主义的话，我会直觉想到卢库鲁斯就是了。
Hercules! What have you done? Silvius!
Who are you? Why did you kill that man?
那我是斯基泰的扎伊里奇尼维卡的女儿。
No more blood needs to be spilled here. Please, just tell us what you want.
你和你的朋友之前杀了一个叫图萨的女孩，还把她的妹妹抓走当奴仆，你不记得了吗？
Well, that does not sound like something I would do. How long ago was this?
那这里是什么地方？你们是什么人？
We're just a group of regular citizens who gather regularly to enjoy the finer things in life. Nobody is hurt, I swear on Juno Caprotina. The women are here by their own choice.
那你们在此处的行为是非法的，是这样吧？
The Senate has outlawed our gatherings, it's true, but only because they don't understand. They've given in to populist sentiment and slanderous rumors, that's all. Nothing we do here is wrong.
阿普拉马斯达在上，你真的已经不记得了。
Listen, I'm certain we can come to some sort of agreement. You are bereaved. Do you seek compensation?
我寻求复仇。
Get your hands off me!
The bitch killed Silvius. She's mad. Stop her.
人太多了吧？
Try me too. I will kill you all if I must.
要消灭所有人，这个也太嗨了吧！不过有带刀的话，问题算是蛮容易解决的吧。哦，该不会是出现无限连击吧？对男性造成2倍伤害。再来啊，来！
Save yourselves!
只有1个人可以对我造成伤害的话，其实还蛮简单的吧。特别是还有对男性的特殊技能，一脚一个就过去了。那不过我可以再退回这边，好。
Save yourselves!
一脚一个。
Last one. Let us be done with this.
把他们的所有男人都会理解的切身之痛，各种意义上。而且仔细看，大家都穿的蛮那个的。伊萨里奇的双刃斧，这是你的装备吗？哦，这把异域的双刃斧是斯基泰人世世代代相传、母女相传的传家宝。OK， 好吧，大家真的还衣不蔽体。
Don't hurt me, please! I would never. Find your clothes and get out.
好，那总觉得我们可以在路上找到我们的姐姐，有可能吗？也不是不可能啦。不过重点还是看起来这边没有其他能找到的人啊。塞克斯图斯的女儿，现在是女儿在看店。
I must arrange to.
Salve, Domine. How can I be of assistance?
那你肯定是塞克斯图斯的女儿吧
That's right. Do you know my father?
那他是我老朋友。
Ah, I see. If you'll wait here a moment, I'll fetch him for you.
Legate, it's good to see you out of your uniform again. How is civilian life treating you this time?
我觉得不错，只是想看看你有没有回到铁匠铺。
Indeed I have. My family must eat.
那你的女儿看起来是个可爱的年轻姑娘。
She is. She is the youngest of the clutch. I tell her she should find a nice rich patrician boy to marry, but she insists she enjoys helping me sell what I make.
生意怎么样？
It has been better, but it has also been worse. There will always be people in need of horseshoes and kitchen pots.
你和你的家人是怎么提携我的？
Only the best things. You are held in great esteem in my household.
那让我成为你公方的赞助人吧。你会给我做什么呢？
For you, it would have to be something prestigious. Tell me, have you heard of a Parazonium?
它看起来有点眼熟。
It is a dagger of a particular design which is set to imbue its wielder with the aura of courage. You'll see many statues of famous military commanders wielding it. What say you? I can sell you one that you'll be proud to show off.
我可以在罗马佩戴这样的武器吗？
It's a symbol of prestige more than anything. Jewelry for a great soldier.
好吧，那什么时候能做好？
To tell you the truth, I have one almost finished. It was ordered for the scion of another patrician house who was going to be a tribunus under Crassus. The young fool bedded the wrong girl and was stripped of his military commission, and the order was cancelled. If you'll wait for an hour, I will personalize it for you and finish the work.
1小时后再回来。
Ah, good, you're back. The Parazonium is finished. I engraved your initials on the hilt and got it nice and sharp for you.
A well-tempered and carburized blade, if I do say so myself.
那这把匕首真的能赋予别人勇气吗
In a manner of speaking, as long as the men believe it, they will fight all the fiercer when you are near.
好，谢谢你，塞克斯图斯，这把匕首很漂亮。
It was good to see you again, Legate. But if that'll be all, I must get back to work.
The ship's arrived just in the nick of time.
It's kind of you.
Fine. There he is, the man of the hour.
I need your help. They will kill me. I need someone to defend me at the court tomorrow.
那别急，发生了什么事？
It's a long story. What do you want to know?
那我知道你已经逃亡了很久，那你到底犯了什么罪？
Feels like a lifetime ago. Before I joined the Legion, I killed my husband.
那原来这就是你女扮男装的原因。
Sort of. People were looking for me, and I was on the run. I could have found other places to hide, but I chose the Legion because the life appealed to me. Then Lucullus, he saw me for what I truly was, and he allowed me to be that person. That was the first time I experienced freedom.
上面这句话太可怕了吧？自由的生活。
And freedom to die on my own terms, knowing that whatever happens to me is because of my decisions.
那你的人生是你的，你应该按照你想要的方式生活。
It's not that easy. No matter how far I try to run, my past keeps catching up with me. Julius Calidus is a warrior of renown in the Legion, and he has slain countless men. He's a hero. Julia Calida has slain only one man. She is a murderer. And whenever I enter Rome, I turn back into Julia, the husband killer.
你的丈夫是怎么死的？
He was an extremely controlling man. I couldn't leave the villa except in his company. Everything about how I dressed, who was allowed to visit me, all was decided by him. I couldn't live that way. We fought about it all the time. One of those fights took place atop the grand staircase. It got very heated. I pushed him.
我明白了，很抱歉让你重温那段经历。
I was the one who decided to involve you in this mess. You deserve the full story.
你的家族不会支持你吗？
This whole thing is their fault. When my brother Aulus finally invited me to dinner, I thought everything was going to be fine.
你在路上遇到麻烦？
I ran into an ambush during the dinner. Everything was fine at first, and Aulus was speaking up for me. Now that my father is dead, he is pater familias after all. Then suddenly, this ridiculous mule walks in. Burienus Crispus.
我很讨厌那种惊喜。
I didn't even expect that kind of surprise.
That's a common characteristic of surprises.
那到底是谁想杀了你？
Rome. Look. I am a murderer. And I thought we were over this with my family, but...
他们不同意。
Pretty much. The moment I refused this new marriage they set up for me, Mother turned me in. I barely escaped.
那你的母亲告发了你，真是一团糟。
Thank you. I hadn't noticed. Any other brilliant observations you want to share with the class?
Your emotions are understandably frayed, Domina. But please do remember who your friends are in this trying time.
那我觉得我差不多的了解了。那问题是我该怎么帮你？
There will be a hearing tomorrow where they will try me for the murder of my late husband. I may be sentenced to death. I need Cicero to advocate on my behalf.
那西塞罗你怎么想？
Matricide. It's a difficult situation. Was he a particularly cruel man?
Not by Roman standards.
I would certainly not use that line in front of the public. Please answer my question.
He was a bit full of himself, but actually he didn't really do anything bad to me.
He didn't even whip you a little bit?
You think he could have?
Indeed not. A pity. This makes defense difficult.
那你要对这件事情避而远之了吗？
I didn't say that. I welcome the challenge, but you will owe me a great deal.
欠西塞罗的人情。好吧，那保证卡莉达的自由。
I admire your loyalty. In a few years' time, I plan to run for consul. You will have to contribute a great deal to my campaign to pay me back for this.
Thank you. It would be impossible to repay you, but this means a lot to me. I feel like I'm multiple people in one. Yulia Kalida the warrior, and Yulia Kalida the murderer. I don't really know which one I am, but I can't be both.
We will see what happens. Walete, don't be late tomorrow.
I will not tolerate these hijinks in my court. Both parties to this case have selected me as your Iudex Privatus. Show some respect, or go find someone else to preside. Is that clear? Let us continue then. To the accused, I pose this question. Why did you kill your husband?
Be very careful, Kalida. I am here to argue on your behalf, but your answers will ultimately determine your fate.
那是场意外。
Nevertheless, that was the outcome.
Intentions do matter. Many healers, in trying to cure a sickness, end up killing the patient. Does that mean the healer is a murderer?
What's your point, Senator? Was she trying to heal her husband? Your client isn't known as a healer.
Certainly not. She's one of the most capable warriors of Legio Victrix. We know she is capable of killing a man like her late husband. However, her capabilities alone do not constitute evidence.
Intentions. Very well. Let us assume that death was accidental. Was she loyal to her husband?
我不知道这有什么关系。
Of course you would not know that.
Must we endure constant heckling by the accused's mother?
It almost feels like you want your daughter convicted, Domina. Was it you who called on the court?
It was not. I did. I am the pater familias.
那感觉这几个回答都不太对。他也在利用你，你不必这么做的。
And your legatus is using you. What's the difference?
I do not understand exactly how you ended up in the Legion. Are they drafting women now?
He's questioning your character.
卢修斯·里希尼·卢库卢斯亲自挑选了我。
That was artfully done. You didn't speak an uncomfortable truth, but you also did not lie.
Lucullus was a great imperator. If he picked you, he obviously must have seen something we do not. I think you are a dishonest person by nature, but Lucullus, I would trust even in death. I'm growing tired of this proceeding, and frankly, I've more or less made up my mind. Would the parties please repeat their demands?
We want her executed or exiled for her crimes against our family.
And we want her exonerated and free to walk the streets of Rome. I would ask the honored Iudex to take into consideration that my client was once a friend of your nephew, Julius Caesar.
Very well. Since the incident in question happened years ago, evidence is in short supply. Thus, I must decide based on my own observations. Despite her generally deceptive personality and her unwomanly profession, I have concluded with reasonable certainty that Yulia Kalida is not guilty. I have found myself unable to decide without a shadow of a doubt. And doubt should benefit the accused. You are free, Domina.
Congratulations. I believe my work here is done.
You know I had no choice, sister. It was my duty. But despite it all, I am glad you're free.
我知道，弟弟，我知道。
I will resolve to be a better man.
The Queen of Egypt, in my living room. Oh, it's such a shame she had to leave so soon. Imagine the gossip.
那毫不夸张的说，今天真是有趣的一天。我已经远离战场太久了，该工作了。第二幕结束。 第3幕高卢啊，跟我想的一样，几年平静的时光又过去了，所以现在主角到底几岁了
？Another round on me.
那当然得你请凯索，从现在开始，所有酒都由你来买单。拿到货款了3000。
As long as you tell your politician friends about the place.
Whose wine did you say this was?
A Carthaginian called Margot wrote it down in his book of recipes. Fantastic stuff. Never knew dry raisins could be this exciting.
那真希望卢库卢斯现在在我们身边，他会很喜欢这瓶酒的。
It is his kind of place, all right. And this is his kind of wine.
To Dominus Lucullus.
敬卢库卢斯。
To Lucullus.
啊，你好像有点胖了。
You think so? Well, it comes with the territory, I guess. Domestic and carefree life adds another kind of weight on your shoulders.
Or your belly.
凯索家族长这个头衔听起来还是这么奇怪。
It's also significantly more difficult than being a Centurio.
也许你是正确的。
Especially considering your soldiers are there to die on your command. That's their duty. When it comes to family, your duty is keeping them alive. That's day and night difference right there. What was that?
Something serious seems to be happening outside. We'd better take a look.
Let me grab my sword.
不可思议。那总之，我现在还是轻伤状态吗？没有吧？好，治好了。三角匕首。那其他的装备没办法装，不过就先这样吧。那装饰类的东西，猫科，好。桌上也有一把菜刀可以让我拿，不过我已经拿到三角匕首了。发生什么事？
Gauls are attacking Rome, but that's suicidal.
Domine, your mother may be in danger. We should check on her.
那凯索去找卡琳达和贝斯蒂亚，然后到别墅找我们，动作要快。
At once.
I'll go get my blade. You What can you come this way?
太扯了吧！
Get out of the street by all the gods! Run!
要怎么抵达啊？这里。 这个小巷应该是没办法通过的，所以得走从哪个方向走到现场是一件很重要的事情吗？这地方是堵死的，所以不能过，所以只能正面突破并抵达现场吧。伞兵，啊，我刚刚是不是应该至少让新伊罗斯拿把菜刀？ 算了。
Well done. You went right past this guard.
不过这一位是没有趁机攻击效果的话，我就可以绕过去了。顶多是盾兵好麻烦啊。 啊，流血了！ 有血的，可恶！没打倒，可恶！没打倒。
You are mostly fine. Get back into the fight.
算了，好，尽量移动。哦，好。
better now?
Save yourselves! Killing everyone! They killed him. Hercules. They killed him.
哎，该怎么做呢？这个家伙。总之，先 A 他，然后让他不能触发那个趁机攻击。然后接着就可以从他的旁边走过去。
Where are those accursed lictors when you need them? Is the consul dead? I've heard the consul is dead.
Which one?
I don't know.
These buildings up here look wealthy. Get anyone! They will burn the entire city down. We should flee to Ostia. I heard they killed everyone in Ostia. It's too late. Let's see if you can get through my shield. You never get me! They killed him.
哦，好，这样就结束了吧。中间太多战场很麻烦。 我家别墅。哦，看来不行了，各种意义上。哎。
There you are. I got Calada and Bestia.
We cut a sway through the barbarians. None shall stand in our way.
This Service is alive. Domine.
那你没事吗？我的母亲在哪？
Everyone's dead. I couldn't save them. The barbarians were looking for you.
什么？从哪里冒出来这么一堆高卢战士要找我？
This looks less and less like an unfortunate coincidence.
It seems like these Gauls were deliberately targeting you.
他们还说了什么？
I don't know. My knowledge of their language is limited. They were talking about their Patronus at one point, but I could not catch his name.
他们有多少人？
At least 4, but it happened so fast. I was trying to get your mother to safety.
我的母亲在哪里？
She tried to hide in the study. I'm sorry. They were everywhere. We have failed you.
They will pay for this.
这个翻译真的很奇怪。我们必须找到我的母亲。
It sounds like there are people in the study.
No time to waste.
如果又是书房的话，我觉得主角这辈子会对书房有 PTSD。